Ladies and gentlemen, on this particular channel, I've done various analysis on the combinations that are possible from the opposition side. I have done an analysis on the possibility of Matiang'i combining with Kalonzo, Kalonzo combining with other leaders, and now on this particular video, I want to do an extensive analysis on what could be the outcome if Dr. Fred Matiang'i combines with none other than Riggy G, that's Rigathi Gachagua. That is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now, my number is always here for those who want to share with me, promote the channel. I want to thank you so much. Please feel free to do so. Let me dive in. I've always told you that in every election, for someone to win an election or to become a potential presidential candidate, there are some things that you must consider. Number one, it is the finance. 2, the numbers. 3, the popularity. 4, it is character. Now, on this particular video, I want to use the 4 aspects to show you how it is possible for Dr. Fred Matiang'i and Rigathi Gachagua to combine and probably become the presidency of this country. Now, number 1, let me talk about numbers. The numbers of the two already provide the best base for them to become presidential candidates and running mates respectively. In that, Dr. Fred Matiang'i combining with Rigathi Gachagua, and whichever the way, whoever who becomes the presidential candidate, there's no problem. So I want to give numbers here. If the two combine, they can be able to supplement each other. Now, when it comes to numbers, Mount Kenya brings around 7 million, Kisii region 2.5. That is a good starting base. I've always said that before a presidential candidate goes out to look for votes anywhere in this country, you must first consider what do you have in your basket first that will be able to propel you to the rest of the country. So Dr. Fred Matiang'i has the full backing of the Gusii community of about 2.5 million, and then going to the Mount Kenya region of about 7 million backing Rigathi Gachagua. So that's about roughly, let me talk of 8 million votes that these gentlemen, these people have on board before they go to the rest of the country. So that is a formidable team, first of all. Remember, when William Ruto was starting with Rigathi Gachagua, they were not even sure whether Mount Kenya was going to vote for them until Mount Kenya made their decision, as they usually do, towards the last minute. Now, another thing is this. So when you check on the numbers in terms of starting base, they're okay. Now, however, what will be the target areas for these people when they are going for the presidency? In that, where are they going to get the votes from? As we speak today, Rigathi Gachagua, they are uniting what you call the cousins of this country. And I did it intentionally and told you that the cousins generally are the Bantus of this nation. That is the Kuria, Abasuba, Abagusi, Abaluya, the Mount Kenya people, Taita Taveta, the Mijikendas, and the Akamba. So these people are so huge. Their number is so big. And I'm assuming the fact that if Rigathi Gachagua and Dr. Fred Matiang'i combine, then Kalonzo Musyoka is backing them. So if their target is to go for these cousins, I'm telling you, the fact remains that they have a huge number of votes on board. So not just the 2.5 from Kisii region and the 7 million from that one of Rigathi Gachagua. Now, we will have also 2.5 or 2 million from the Kamba region. We'll have the cost of about 1 million. And we'll have the Kuri of about 500,000. And we'll have the Abasuba. Abasuba, most likely, they might not vote for this side because they're already assimilated. But we have the Taita Taveta. We have so many votes that these people can bring on board and eventually win the presidency. So therefore, if the target is also the cousins, they're going to do well. Another thing we have to look at here, it's the aspect to do with the middle class. Last time in the general election, people are saying that the middle class did not vote as such. And in this particular election that's going to come in 2027, the middle class are going to vote immensely because this government has hurt them more in that they're the people with pay slips and they have seriously hit by Ruto's government. Ruto has seriously mutilated them, has mutilated the pay slips seriously. So the fact remains that it's not easy for them to again reconsider President William Ruto for the next 5 years. So the fact remains these people are going to vote immensely on this particular ticket because of the things that I'm going to present here. Now, another thing that I want to say is the issue to do with character. The two people could be having contradicting characters. But what I want to say that what Gachagua has, it's necessary for these campaigns, for this kind of a country, because there's a character he presents of straightforwardness, and that is what a common man needs. The character of a bulldozer, and that is what the youth of this country want. You hit the nail on the head. So the character of Gachagua and that of Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i. Matiang'i is more of a gentleman, but the fact is that he's also a tough-headed gentleman. So if these people come together, the fact remains that they're able to bulldoze through and work out President William Ruto seriously. But the fact is, we have to say that one of them must come down so that one of them to play the tough role, so that at least the country can be run soberly. So as we speak today, if you check this issue of character, they supplement each other. So therefore, they don't have a big problem that they're going to tackle ahead. However, they have individual traits that might not impress most Kenyans. But what they have is what Kenya needs. Ladies and gentlemen, the other aspect I want to touch on here is the issue to do with finance. If you check, Rigathi Gachagua is rich more than Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i. But the fact remains that they are both not rich enough to be able to fund the campaigns in the country. But if you check now, Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i is already fundraising. And apart from that, he has friends on board like Uhuru Kenyatta who are going to support him. There are also the Mount Kenya billionaires who can come on board. And most importantly, the Gusii billionaires have also decided they have to fund Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i's campaigns. So if you see this kind of friendship coming along, helping these two gentlemen, that is enough to take them to the presidency. We know that William Ruto will pour money, but there are people in this country who are also wealthy enough to be able to propel the campaigns. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua can also, about 50%, be able to carry out the campaigns within the Mount Kenya region without being funded by anyone. So, with some slight addition, he can be able to do a wonderful job in the Mount Kenya region and campaign seriously. Now, that is not enough. Also, we have the issue to do with the track record. Track record is another major issue that's going to determine the presidency come 2027. Why? If there's one thing that Kenyans are crying about right now, it's the ability of President William Ruto to fail to perform for this country. He has failed to a certain extent that the common man is not feeling like there's a president who cares about him or her. So that is what Kenyans are going to look at. Does the person taken to power able to deliver for this country? When it comes to Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i, tick, because he has been tried on a national level and has done it very well in education, in interior, and ICT. That is perfect and unquestionable. When you go to the sector to do with maybe education, there are things that people can remember him for. When you go to the sector of interior, there are things that Kenyans can remember him for, like now Huduma Number and also dealing with Al-Shabaab. When you go to the ICT, people can remember him for the migration from analog to digital. So the track record is immense than that of President William Ruto. And that is why actually Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i is a big threat to President William Ruto. Now, when it comes to Rigathi Gachagua, actually recently I did a video and asked the people of Madera, what did Rigathi Gachagua do when he was in power? Because when he was in William Ruto's camp, William Ruto could not have given him time to deliver because he was to win the people of Mount Kenya before campaigning, the way he has them right now. So William Ruto was trying so much to ensure that he's curbing this gentleman. He does not go beyond the limits. So nothing really was so much successful from their side because even we realized that the alcohol that they had been fighting, it was later on returned. So they are simply undoing what Rigathi Gachagua had done. So I ask people here, what do the people of Madera, what do you know about Rigathi Gachagua? A gentleman in my who is my big fan in the comment section came out and said that Rigathi Gachagua, he did very nice classrooms and he was giving very good bursaries when he was a member of Parliament of Madera for 5 years. We have not had any complaint about him, which means probably was doing the normal things and things were okay. He might not have matched other politicians, but the fact remains that the people of Madera told me on this channel here, and actually you can check through, he said that it's actually in a video that I did, I said if the presidential candidate is of course Rigathi Gachagua. So someone just said that in Madera he did a wonderful job. So the fact remains that these two gentlemen have track records that can be able to propel them to the presidency. Last but not least is the issue to do with popularity. Are these two people popular? Yes. As we speak today, one of the most followed politicians in the country, it is Rigathi Gachagua. Another one is Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i. They are being talked of frequently, and actually I said these are the top two contenders within the opposition who are likely to take up the presidency. And I know they have the popularity enough to propel them forward. However, Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i, when he comes back to the country, and then kicks off on his campaigns, probably will be at the top as well. Because as now we speak today, he's not so much talked of outside there because of his absence. But when he comes back, I'm very sure that he's going to shake because he's a name that people have been talking and maybe calling for to come into the leadership. I don't know what's your take, but that's what I think about the leadership of Dr. King of Fred Matiang'i and Riggy G. See you next time on other videos, but don't forget on the comment section to kindly drop your comment there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And for those who want to talk to me, feel free to do so. See you next time for more videos.